ordered up a perfect day here in Springfield, and for those that are visitors, it is like this year-round, no problem. It's perfect weather. So, but we're here to celebrate a really major event. We're talking a ribbon-cutting ceremony for what is one of the largest capture pilots in the world here in Springfield, Illinois. It's really an exciting event, especially for all the organizations who have worked hard to make this happen, as well as I'm going to thank a number of times the Department of Energy for funding this event. We have quite a number of speakers here. By the way, my name is Kevin O'Brien. I'm with the University of Illinois, the Prairie Research Institute. And before I turn it over to some of the other speakers, I thought it'd be interesting to just kind of give you an idea as to what it took to get here. And it wasn't easy. Many twists and turns. It started back in actually 2014 when we met Linde at a greenhouse gas technology meeting, an international meeting. We began the discussion about understanding more about their technology. So that went extremely well. Then fast forward to roughly 2016, when many of the people that are here from the various organizations can remember being way up there, right near where the ducting goes into the stack. It was a January. It was about -20, -30 below zero. And we said, this is why we need carbon capture here in Illinois. So it's really been an amazing journey. I'm going to be acknowledging a lot of different groups for this. But first, what I want to do is I want to turn it over to Mayor Buscher, who has been, I want to acknowledge both the mayor and the city council, the city of Springfield, and City Water, Light, and Power. We couldn't do it without you all. So let me turn it over to you, Mayor Buscher.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you to U of I for ordering up this beautiful day today that we have here. I want to say a few thank yous. First, to the U.S. Department of Energy, I want to reiterate, we appreciate you investing in this project and allowing us to research the largest carbon capture project in our country. So thank you. I want to say thank you to Prairie Research Institute and to Linde for all you do as well. Thank you for being partners with City Water, Light, and Power in the city of Springfield. I want to give a big shout out to Doug Brown, who's going to speak behind me, who's our Chief Utility Engineer. Thank you, Doug, for all your leadership. He's a great guy. I also need to give a quick shout out to Amber Sabin for making sure I have all my good talking points. So thank you, Amber. We have some dignitaries behind me today that I want to make sure that you are aware of who is here. We have Leo Leonati here from Dick Durbin's office. We have Randy and Kendall are here from Tammy Duckworth's office, Senator Tammy Duckworth. We have Blake Meyer representing Mary Miller here. We have our state senator from the 48th District, Doris Turner, here. We have State Rep Mike Coffey from the 95th District. There you are. Couldn't find you for a minute. We have Representative Sue Shearer from the 96th District. We have some of our alder people with us. We have Alderman Brad Carlson, Ward 7. We have Alderman Ralph Hanauer, Ward 10. The person whose ward this project sits in, Alderman Chuck Redpath, Ward 1. We have our city treasurer, Colleen Redpath-Fager, and our city clerk, Frank Lesko, here as well. Lastly, this project, as I thank the Department of Energy, Prairie Research, U of I, and Linde, I also need to give a big shout out to our unions. This project is about union labor and bringing union jobs to our community. Behind me is Aaron Guernsey from Local 137. In the crowd, we have Evan Wooding, the international rep from Plumbers and Steamfitters. Hi, Evan. We have Jason McKenzie and David Wells as well as Tim Schultz from Local 193. And to me, as your mayor, this project is about carbon capture. It's about our ecology of our community, what's going to go forward. It's all about forward thinking. But none of that is possible without union labor. So to me, that is the most important part of this project, is the jobs that we're bringing to our community for now and forever. And we couldn't do that without our partners that I announced earlier, U of I, U.S. Department of Energy, Prairie Research Institute, and Lindy. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor Busher. It's very important. You mentioned very many important factors and many of the groups that were involved in this. Now, what I'd like to move on is have a number of selected speakers present here. And a lot of these are the groups that we've talked about earlier. And one of the first ones is the Department of Energy, Ron Munson, who's the Point Source Carbon Capture Technology Manager. So, Ron?
That's great. Well, thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody who's been involved in this event and for inviting the Department of Energy to participate. And really appreciate all the local involvement, the state and local officials that have kind of been behind this project for a very long time and helped it move forward. So carbon management at the Department of Energy takes into account all the different aspects of the carbon capture value chain. So capturing the CO2 from a power plant or an industrial facility like this or from the air, transporting that CO2 to where it needs to go, and then either storing it underground or using it for some beneficial purpose. And we try to follow a very sequential type of approach in doing that, where we start out working in the laboratory to try and understand what's going on with a specific substance or process, move to small pilot scale testing, where you use actual flue gas to test the technology that you're working on, and then to large pilot scale testing like this, which is the last step in the development process to de-risk technologies before they go to commercial operation or commercial demonstration. And the technology that's used here is a real excellent example of this process. Kevin was talking about the process here starting in 2014. Back in the early 2000s, BASF did lab and bench scale research to try and understand the solvent better. And then in 2009 and 10, they did a small pilot scale test where they did testing on about 7 tons per day scale at a power plant in Germany. In 2011, DOE started funding some of the work that Lindy and BASF were doing together, and a small pilot scale test in Alabama at about a 30 ton per day scale. That was followed by DOE support for some analysis and engineering design studies, and ultimately led to the project that you're seeing here starting in around 2018. And so to see that progression, to see the progression of the technology, and to see the application of the approach that the Department of Energy has adopted is really gratifying, really interesting to see, and it's great to see everybody here celebrating that today. So again, I want to thank Kevin for inviting us, and thank all of the project participants for helping to move this technology forward. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ron. Well, as I mentioned before, this project wouldn't be possible without the strong support of the City of Springfield, but also City Water, Light, and Power. I think it's important to say that, a lot of times plants say, well, we're busy, we don't want to get involved in research. And what's been fantastic about City Water, Light, and Power is they've been just the opposite. They said, we're going to support you at U of I, we're going to work with you. And I'm going to turn it over to Doug Brown. Doug, would you say a few words?
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, I appreciate you bringing us here to celebrate this project. I'm immensely proud of Dolman 4 and our, going alongside our dedicated team at CWLP to serve as the host for this pilot project. I also want to thank the Department of Energy for seeing the value in investing in this testing and study. It's essential that we have solutions to meet the environmental goals through carbon capture in order to power our nation's infrastructure, our homes, our businesses, even our manufacturing operations. Just as power plants need sustainable solutions, manufacturers need to rely on low carbon solutions to operate in order to meet these goals. And to the entire team at Prairie Research Institute and the Illinois Sustainable Technology Center for their invaluable work. With companies here known for their leadership and sustainability and commitment to pioneering engineering and technology, Prairie Research Institute assembled the best: Linde, BASF, and ACS. Their involvement as partners in this endeavor is commendable. At CWLP, our mission is clear: to provide reliable electricity affordably and responsibly, while also prioritizing environmental stewardship. We all aspire to a cleaner future. It's imperative not to overlook the need for reliability and resiliency in our energy resources and for the electric grid, especially as we move toward electrification. Carbon capture presents a promising component of this solution, considering the Biden administration's plan to support generators equipped with this technology. Moreover, the recent legislative bill passed within our state, thanks to our state legislators, a collaborative effort and a compromise among many stakeholders, underscores the momentum toward embracing carbon capture technology. I am optimistic that the success of this project will pave the way for expanded opportunities in carbon capture beyond the pilot, and will expand and extend far beyond the city and even the state of Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doug. There's another key group that was really important to put this project together, and I think Mayor Busher brought up before the unions. The unions have been a strong supporter of this. They've been a strong supporter when it was necessary to get funding from the state. They were behind that. We've worked closely with them. And at this point, I want to ask Aaron Guernsey. Aaron, would you come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Kevin. I do remember our first phone call. We had a Zoom meeting about this project, and since then, I'm really happy to see where it's at now. So thank you very much. My name is Aaron Guernsey. I'm the president of the Central Illinois Building and Construction Trades Council. We represent over 10,000 working families here in Central Illinois, and all the workers on the project you see behind us, the hardworking men and women that are putting this carbon capture project together. The pipe fitters, the boilermakers, electricians, iron workers, operators, and laborers who do this kind of work are proud to do this sort of work and keep this project moving forward. On behalf of the Central Illinois Building and Construction Trades Council, I'd like to thank Governor Pritzker, the University of Illinois, Linde, Mayor Busher, all the alder people behind me, state representatives, senators, all the people that helped push this project forward, Doug Brown, CWLP. There's too many to count, and I think we've all heard the thank yous before, so I'd like to say thank you again from the building trades. This project behind me helps ensure clean baseload power for the men and women and children of Central Illinois. It also supports and maintains good jobs in construction and the power production industry in the future to come. A clean energy future for baseload power can be attained with the help of these safe and exciting projects like the one behind us. The proud men and women of organized skilled labor here in Central Illinois are proud to help build this project and be part of the energy future for our state and the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. I'd like to turn it over now. One of the really key things is the university and the support of the university for this project. And I think it's very much within the mission of the university to do these types of projects, to really take technology, test it out at this large scale, and also create value for the community. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Bob Fleiter. Bob, would you say a few words from a government relation perspective?
Good afternoon, or good morning, everybody. So my name's Bob Fleiter, and I am here on behalf of Chancellor Robert Jones at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Thank all of the partners involved in the project, and as well our elected officials and those who have been not only instrumental at the beginning and who attended the original groundbreaking ceremony, but also those who are here today. The Urbana-Champaign campus wants to thank our state leaders and also Governor Pritzker for providing matching funds for this important project. And the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign also thanks our University of Illinois System President, Tim Killeen, for his support from the very beginning. The University of Illinois is proud to have Prairie Research Institute as part of our campus in Champaign-Urbana, and of course, because of all the work that they do throughout the state of Illinois. At Illinois, we strive to have an impact on economic development around the state, and also to conduct first-class research that puts us ahead with innovative technologies, and which also contribute globally. And this project is an example of that. And also, as you probably would note, PRI has an impact on social and environmental equity concerns. And this project is also having an impact in some of those areas. And your attendance here today is reflective of that important work. So I'm looking forward to this important science. Congratulations to all involved, and particularly Prairie Research Institute and Kevin O'Brien for having the vision to make this successful to date. Thank you very much.
So there's one more key piece, and I'm going to speak from a researcher's perspective. This is a very different type of research. It's very challenging. You're doing it out in the field. It's very different from working in a laboratory. And that means that you have to have leadership, management that really understands the ups and downs of doing this type of work and supports it. This is very important. And it needs to be a manager, a leader who understands what it's like to do this type of work with outside organizations and make it happen. And one of the key things is Dr. Praveen Kumar, who's the executive director of PRI. He understood that, has given this project a lot of support. And Praveen, I want to turn it over to you and personally thank you for all the support that you've given this project.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kevin, for your kind words. It's truly an honor to be here today for this momentous occasion, showcasing the leadership in the nation's net zero effort to combat climate change. I've been in Illinois for around 29 years, and over again, I've heard that Illinois is an ambitious state. In this case, its ambition is with respect to clean energy. And thanks to the strong partnership that has been formed over the years between PRI, City Water, Light and Power, Department of Energy, the University of Illinois, both at Urbana-Champaign campus as well as the system, as well as the governor and the state, and with all the elected officials, I think just the presence on this stage shows that a project like this requires many, many partners to accomplish. So thank you, everyone. And in particular, I'd like to thank Kevin O'Brien, who has been integral to the success. I mean, as you can see, somebody has to have a vision many, many years out to bring this project to success. So Kevin, thank you very much. I also want to thank our partners. This is an exciting milestone in setting a global standard for more sustainable and resilient future. And as I said, I want to thank our officials who are on the stage here. And last but not the least, I want to thank all the people who have put together this event. I think it takes a lot of effort and time, and I want to acknowledge this effort, and in particular to Angie for ordering this weather today. So thank you very much.
I didn't get it. There's a spider.
Uh-oh. Thank you. You have a very gentle touch with this.
Before we move into the ribbon cutting ceremony, I just want to pause for a minute. And I can never say it enough times, the support of our elected officials at both the federal and state and municipal level has been key to pull this off. We couldn't have done that without you. And I want to just open the floor to any of the elected officials, whether you want to come up to the podium and say a few words.
Senator? White coffee, red coffee?
I'll say one. Okay, I'll just speak on behalf of all of us then. This was not a small lift for any of us. This is language that's been negotiated for many years. I know many of our constituents feel uncomfortable with this. I'm just the elephant in the living room. But I want to address that. I feel that the final bill that we voted on that's becoming law is the best possible solution. And I'm very proud of the legislature and the work they did. I feel strongly from all sides, from the Sierra Club and the unions and the corporations, and I really feel we landed on the best possible solution. And I feel like we have to address the climate issue in our country, and we have to do something. So putting regulations on it is a much better thing than just letting people just do it without any regulations. So we have the strictest regulations in Illinois of anywhere in the country. I had a team that studied this for the last year and a half, and I feel very confident in the people who were on that team and the questions that we posed that were answered through the research of the committee involved, of the Energy Committee. And I just want to let the people at home know that this is the best place that we could possibly have landed. And I am proud of our legislature and the people here on the stage for seeing this through to fruition. It was a very, very heavy lift. Thank you.
All right, so now comes the fun part. We're going to move into the ribbon cutting ceremony. And I also want to let everyone know that after the ribbon cutting, there's going to be some group photos. And you should be aware also that there will be box lunches available, so we will be feeding you. And then I highly recommend that it'll be over there at the Lindy trailer that you get involved with one of the tours and get an opportunity to actually walk through this unit. So please take the opportunity to do that. So thanks again to everyone. Appreciate it. And now we'll need our ribbon cutting team, which will be, I'm going to ask Stephanie, would you please come up? We've got Praveen, Bob Fleiter, who's already here, Mayor Busher, Doug Brown, Ron Munson, Manish from Lindy, please come up. And Grace from BASF, also a member of the ribbon cutting team. We have Aaron, Representative Mike Coffey, Representative Schurer, Senator Turner, and Randy Sikowski.
Do you want us to walk this way? Yes. Get scissors.